Hi guys, it's your boy Ash, and we are back with another episode of Calf Kick Sports, joined as always by Tim. In this episode, we have an extremely underrated UK welterweight, in my opinion. The guy is a former Bama champion. He's representing South London, France, Ivory Coast. He's currently coming off a big win in Czech promotion Octagon. Alex, the Killa Kid, Lohore. How you doing, my guy? And how goes training?
Hey, how are you? How are you? I'm doing great, thank you, and thanks for the introduction. Yeah, I'm really grateful for that.
No problem, man.
Training's going
We're
well.
happy that you came on. Thanks so much for giving us your time.
Yeah, no worry. That's what I do it for. I like to give back sometimes, but not many ask for for interviews like what the way you did. But I'm always up to give interview and give my thought on things.
I mean, I just want to go. We'll go straight into your last performance actually. So that was against Tato Primera earlier this year.
Yes.
I think you displayed really good boxing. I mean, that 1-2, you kept landing that 1-2 in the second round, and in the third, like constantly. That jab cross was like beautiful. Was there a particular focus on boxing coming into that fight? Or?
Not really. It was more. I wanted to show a bit more of my striking because I knew that you would not try and take me down and not try and do the wrestling. So I just felt more relaxed to just strike more because I didn't have to think about getting taken down. Yeah.
That's always good. A little bit less pressure. Don't have to worry about the takedown. But I also wanted to ask you, I know that you are a recording artist as well, and I'm a bit of a hip hop guy myself. Who are your biggest, I see here on SoundCloud, Tequila King here. Definitely check that one out, folks. But who are your biggest musical influences?
Ooh. Biggest musical influences has to be Michael Jackson.
The king,
yeah.
man. The king of pop.
Obviously, looking at his musical attributes, everything outside of music, I don't know if I can use that as inspirational, but definitely his music and the way he was putting the words out through his music, beautiful.
And calling Michael Jackson a legend is a bit of an understatement. We were talking about him the other day. I think Thriller has gone 37 times platinum at this point, and I would still say it's underrated at 37 times platinum.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. It's one of the biggest songs, generation after generation. It never gets old, that song.
Yep. Is there anyone currently that you're listening to that you're like, yeah, this is my jam right now?
Loads. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of UK artists, a lot of American artists, a lot of French artists. I'm also Ivorian artists. We do a type of music called Zouglou in my country, and I love it. It's very life teaching orientated lyrics, guidance, and stuff like that. So it's very nice. And the beat and the flow, it's a nice flow, and I like it. So yeah, that's the kind of music I listen to. I can give you a few names if you want.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Yeah, that was my next question. Please.
Yeah, so in Ivory Coast, the people that I listen to are guys like Kerosene. They call him Kerosene. So like the same way as the petrol, the kerosene. That's his name. I like him. I listen to him. There's a group as well. I'm not really sure about how to say the name. Yo Day. But I could send you a link and you can watch them. Obviously, Magic System. Most of you guys know about Magic System. One of the first Afrobeat to hit Europe. The Premier Gaou song. And then who else in Ivory Coast? Yeah, there's loads of guys. There's a female that's just released a song like this at the start of this year that I really like. Her name is Mula Nivakin. She's got a song that's very powerful, and and inspiring as well. And
Awesome.
yeah, Afrobeat, obviously. Afrobeat is from my country, but he's also from the UK as well. It's someone that I also personally know. He comes and I train him as well. Yeah.
That's awesome.
How do you so with your music, do you feel like a lot of your music choices, do you feel like that helps with your training, or is it just more to relax after training so much?
A bit of both. More sometimes I use it for training, during training. Sometimes I also use it for relaxing. And yeah.
And speaking of training, what are you back in the gym now? When's your next fight? When do you want to fight next? When do you want to get back in the cage?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow, if it was up to me, you know, if it was up to me, I like to stay active.
Yeah.
I like to fight, but at the stage that I am now, it's all about taking the right fight. I've done a lot of bad choices in my career regarding taking fights and not caring of who the opponent is. Because
I was gonna say, I was actually gonna bring that up, because you took a short notice. No, sorry, you took a short notice fight against Leandro Silva. Is that right? And that was very
12 days notice, and I think I won that fight. I also took the Vemola fight as well. Was it 3 weeks notice? The Vemola fight, and even the Apollo was changed. Became my opponent 3 weeks within the fight camp anyway, because I was supposed to fight someone else, and that person pulled out. So yeah, the thing with me is that I try and stay ready all the time. I don't wait for fight to train. I make training my lifestyle. So it's all I do. All I do is train people, coach. I do a bit of mentoring. I've got a couple fighters, amateurs that I manage. Always looking to take on some more. Loads of guys come up to me and ask me to train them and stuff like that. But it's just for me now, it's just getting the facility and starting up something bigger. But regarding training, I've got my boxing coach, Andre Prescott, who I train my boxing with, and I've been training with him for the past maybe 3 years now. Boxing is coming along very, 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 very good. And we was thinking of maybe doing a boxing match, but yeah, we don't know. We'll see.
Well, that's kind of the trend at the moment. A lot of MMA fighters are going into boxing matches, especially against celebrity YouTubers. Is there a celebrity YouTuber or TikToker or another hip hop guy that you want to call out and do a boxing match against?
Yeah, it'd be great to fight maybe KSI.
Oh, that would be a big one.
That would be good, isn't it? Fight KSI, that would be good. Why not in boxing? Oh, I don't know. Guys like Idris Elba, he's already doing boxing, so that would be good to fight him.
Yeah.
No, Idris. I'm not sure if it's the same one. The Idris, the younger guy, the one that went on to Love Island. Not Idris
Tommy
Elba.
Fury.
Idris Elba is the older guy, isn't he? The one that does the movies. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the one that done the Love Island.
Tommy Fury?
Sure. No, his name is Idris. Idris something. He done Love Island, and he does some. He started boxing as well. Saw him on BT Sport, and I think of
Idris Virgo.
Yes, yeah,
that's it. That's it now. Yeah, I don't watch Love Island, unfortunately.
Same, I don't.
Just a big name out there, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be good to do a boxing match against someone like that, or even Michael Page. Why not?
Oh, there it is.
That's a question. I'm gonna lead up to that. Yeah. So with I saw your Instagram the other day. You know, you were at the Bellator event. And you mentioned, Michael Page, I don't think he can grapple. How's he, and I think he lost that fight. I mean, what did you think of his performance and just him as a fighter in general?
Let's start by the performance. So the performance last Friday or on Friday, Was a typical Michael Page performance. Just same thing that we see all the time, him moving on his feet. Every time he gets backed up towards the cage, he starts panicking, moving to the side. When it comes to grappling, I don't really see any improvement in his grappling. He's always, you know, as soon as he gets taken down, he ends up in the guard and he squeezes the opponent and he keeps holding on for their life. We don't see no transition, no getting back up, no pushing up against the cage, no MMA skills, you know, no grappling skills. That's all. But maybe that's a personal choice from him when he fights, not to get involved in that and he just wants to lose time there. But yeah, for me, that's not impressive. So I think at the level that he's at, should be doing better in the grappling.
Well, you guys you two don't live very far apart from each other. You're both, you're undefeated in Bellator. You're both in the same weight class. That's got to be the next fight that you're aiming for, that you're calling out these guys, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't think Bellator would want to put that together. First of all, because Page is one of the superstars.
Yeah,
him fighting me is a very dangerous fight for him. Yeah, but why not? Me and Paige had a discussion with him personally. Where I asked him to do a boxing match, and yeah, he didn't like it. And
wow, really? What did he say?
Yeah, since then he's blocked me off all social media and said that I was tapped. So yeah.
What did he say to the boxing match, Alex?
He said I'm not relevant enough for me to box against him. So yeah.
Well, he's 0-0 as a boxer, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you see, I just think he's just scared, because how can I not be relevant? Because there's like, if it's not Page, it's me. You understand? In the UK, there's no one else. So it's only people that's not that you know. I'm not covered as much as he is. He gets all the publicity, and like you said at the start, you know, there's not as much publicity out there for me than there is for him. I do most of my publicity from mouth to mouth, from real people, or from my social media, or from the organization now that I fight for. Yeah. And I'm, you know, as you know, at the moment, I'm free agent and I fight a bit everywhere. Yeah. I'm different. It's a different career than his career. So, yeah.
I was going to follow up on that. So, you know, is Octagon not somewhere you want to go back to for a title shot, or you just kind of open to any organization at this moment?
At the moment, I'm open to any organization. I've had few offers coming in. I've had like Cage Warriors come up to me to fight on the last show. Nice. Declined it because of you know, wasn't happy with the purse that they were offering me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's that's it really. Right now, it's just for me waiting for the right fight, for the right organization, and also an organization that's gonna know my worth. Because when I come in, as you said, I come in with 3 different countries, and I come in to fight. You can see all my fights online. One of the best fights in MMA. Some of my fights are one of the best in MMA history. Even though, you know, people, you know, don't want to say it, but you know, who goes and fight, you know, Carlos Vemola in 3 weeks' notice and does a fight like mine.
Former heavyweight as well, man. He's a
exactly
big guy, man. Like, you know, he fought at heavyweight at UFC. So that was impressive that you just took that in such short notice.
Yeah, and that kind of messed me up a little bit, because I was supposed to go PFL right after that. I chose to take the fight. And yeah, exactly. I chose to take the fight because of obviously the COVID situations, and you know, it was a good offer as well. So it was a good fight. So you know, that's what you do in life. You take risk. So yeah. And then I don't know. Most probably, I wouldn't have been able to go PFL with all the lows that's going on at the moment with traveling and stuff like that. So, for me, yeah, it was a good thing that I did. I think, even though
you
I
learn a
lost
lot
the
from
fight
that.
that I won, yeah, I learned a lot from that.
So you know, obviously we just mentioned a few former UFC fighter. I mean, is the UFC the goal, or is it just you just want to fight for big checks across the world, essentially?
UFC has always been the goal. Obviously, fighting against the best in the world has always been the goal. So, yeah, what's the best in the world? UFC. Where can you fight the best in the world in the UFC? So, yeah, the UFC is always the goal. But I'm also happy to, you know, be free and fight all around the world. It's whatever comes. I'm not really fast. I'm not really too focusing on one thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm focused about and I want to do is fight. Fight, entertain the fans, improve my skills, my fighting skills, and use my fighting to inspire others, you know, inspire people with the same background as me. And yeah, just putting out there that if you put in the work and the discipline and whatever you want to do, you can always get there.
Now, you had said that you're starting a gym, is this kind of along the same idea that what you were just mentioning, that you're trying to lift a lot of people from a similar background as you and get them into the gym kind of thing? Is this what your kind of goal is with starting this gym?
Yeah, that's the main goal. We just started a non-for-profit company, and we're just about to start approaching schools, and yeah, we've got the council as well behind us and helping us, and starting school, helping out with kids with difficult backgrounds, and you know, difficult kids from kids who have troubles and been involved with like criminal activities and stuff like that, and trying to guide them through life in general. With maybe martial arts. I've got someone else. Well, we've got someone else in the team that does, you know, motorbike fixing. Some of us can do a bit of what's the name? Sorry, mentoring. A bit of mentoring. You know, just to guide them and understand, you know, their minds a little bit, and also help with mental health and stuff like that. So yeah, we're just trying to help our community. Really.
That's great. As soon as the nonprofit is up and running, let us know and we'll help promote it in any way that you like. We want to help you out as much as we can. You're one of our guys now, so we want to help you out. As soon as it's up and running, shoot us a message and we'll help you out, man.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear as well. I mean, I come from East London, so I mean originally, so I know all about, like, you know, kind of deprived areas. So it's great to see that you're doing what you can to kind of bring back to the community. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so the name of the company will be a Mindset to Life. So
Mindset to Life. We'll tag that for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. So just to change gears a little bit, just a bit more of a kind of lighter question. Who is your favorite, or who's your, you know, in your eyes, who is the pound for pound greatest MMA fighter of all time? You know, mine's John Jones personally. I think GSP is probably Tim.
You know what? Same with me. I think we've got something in common. John Jones is my guy. He's always been my guy.
It's a shame about lately,
from
though.
When I started MMA,
yeah,
he's been, you know, he's been everything, you know, everything I want to do as an MMA fighter in the cage, you know, like his versatility, his way of adapting to the opponent, his way of just, you know, choosing different shots, you know, not being predictable, and just, you know, he does things that no one else does. It's like creative as well with it, and he always have tough, like, proper fights. His fight, you can tell that his fights are always proper. Obviously, he's the champ, so all his fight has to be big fights. So yeah, he's one of my inspiration.
I mean, what do you think of all this stuff that's happened lately? I mean, I've got to ask you about that
Yeah.
because it's hard to be. I'll be honest, it's hard to be a Jones fan now after all this stuff, isn't it?
It's hard, exactly. So you gotta. What I do is I try and not look at his personal life and not take take inspiration from that, just in a way of where I just don't want to be that and I don't want to do that, but I do want to get that though the other side, which is the fighting ability and obviously getting all the titles and being one of the best martial artists. But I guess it's always like that in life, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't have everything.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true.
And it's tough. I know, I get what you're saying. And now you fought all over the world. You fought multiple organizations, multiple opponents. Who's your favorite win? Is it the Richard Keeley? Was it the Nathan Jones win? What is your favorite win?
Wow, that's a good one. I think all my wins, you know what? I don't know. My favorite win has to be the Nathan Jones, but it's very close.
Oh yeah,
it's very close with the Frick Show victory, the Frick Show win.
The guy who was 6'8", right?
Yeah. Colin Fletcher at Bellator. I think that's my hardest fight, and that's my favorite win. I think I would say the Colin Fletcher one, but tight with the Nathan Jones because the Colin Fletcher fight was my first time, on the big screens.
Yeah,
there was a lot of pressure, and he was very experienced on the ground and in striking. He was champion in Bama. Well, he was ex-champion in Bama already, I think, or fought for the title. He was a big name. And Bellator, big screen, there's a lot of pressure. And I won the fight. Fight in the second round and by submission.
Wow.
Yeah, by submission. So it was a plus for me. And it was a good boost. After that fight, I thought, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life.
Hell yeah.
Because it was very good because I was like my grappling, for example, I was maybe like a white belt, just about going into a blue belt, and he was already nearly brown. So me submitting him at that time was a big thing for me, like in the grappling side of things. And then you showed me that everyone can do it if you just put in the work, and
that's fantastic. So just kind of just asking a little bit more about your mentality, Alex, because we asked this to everyone. So many MMA fighters, they've come out publicly saying that they get extremely stressed and nervous. You have George St. Pierre, he gets literally petrified before fights. You got Nick Diaz, he goes, look, I feel like I'm going to get my face smashed in, even last week. And even with Darren Till, he goes, sometimes I feel the best in the world and sometimes I feel like I'm nothing. How do you feel? How do you deal with stress going into fights? Or is it just business as usual for the Killa Kid?
For me, I don't know. I don't feel it's stress. It's more like anxiety, more like what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not like scared because I want to fight. I'm excited to fight. This is what I do. Fighting is what I do. So when I go there, I'm already in the mindset where, it's more like excitement. Like the day before, I can't sleep properly because I'm thinking, I'm putting all the scenarios together. And I think that happens to every fighter. But then when it's time to go into the cage, I'm more than ready because I'm thinking of, all the sacrifices and everything like that. I'm not thinking of, I'm going to get punched in the face or no, because that's what I do. It's not it's more like anxiety for me, like more like anxiousness. Like I'm thinking, what's going to happen? What is he going to bring? Or what am I going to do? Or how, like, how is it out there? What's the energy like? It's more that for me. That's it, really.
Yeah.
No, and that's a great attitude to have. It's especially hard in the sport to kind of calm down, find your center. And speaking of that, if we're looking into the future 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where do you see yourself professionally? Where do you see yourself personally? Where can we see Alex Lohore in the future?
Oof, that's a question for for a psychic. But I can, you know, I go by how I live my life. So I go by tomorrow is never promised. So you're never sure about tomorrow. So I like to focus on what I can do today and what I do, how I can make my life better today. You know, I live day by day. But obviously, you always have to have goals and plans for the future. So for me, it would be obviously being in the UFC. Maybe I've fought for the title. I have my own facility where I've got my own, amateur fighters coming up through the ranking in the amateur ranking into pro fighters. Doing work with, like I said, local community, and kids who are in needs of mental support and just general support, life support, and just being a better person really, and just keep growing and keep inspiring and being true, saying the truth all the time. And that's it really.
Oh, this is amazing. It's great to hear. And I really appreciate your time as well. We're just going to wrap up in 1 second here, but I'm going to give you the last word here. So my name is Tim Wheaton with Tim Wheaton MMA. We are Calf Kick Sports. He is Ash. You can find him more at ashmma.cks. We are sitting down with Alex Lohore. Hey, he is the Killa Kid. You can find more of him on his Instagram or wherever else. He's got a SoundCloud with the Killa King. Alex, last word. Where can the people find more of you? What do you want to say to everybody else before we head out of here, sir?
So people can find me on near enough all the socials at the Killa King MMA on Instagram, the Killa King MMA on Instagram. I'm mostly from my Instagram. You can find everything else, because I've got a link in my bio where you can click and just see everything else I do. Obviously, MMA is the main thing I do. I also do music. And I also do personal coaching, personal training. I also have a nutritious product which I call the Invein CMOS. It's a CMOS product, a natural product that helps with minerals in the body that I want to try and share to the world. That it's a product that I use and been using for a few years now, and it helps me a lot to keep my body in a strong. That's it really. So if anyone wanna contact me for a fight, any organizations, you know where to find me. I'm always ready. And thank you very much, guys, for having me on the show.
No, thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. We'll plug all that there.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.